Hi everyone. Today we're going to do a pick a number that is what would make you susceptible to being recruited into a cult. So I'll see you at your number. Number 1. Let's see what would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult. If you were in a relationship with someone, they could talk you into joining a cult. Tell you what a new fun adventure it would be. Your innocence and your sweetness would definitely be taken advantage of. You enjoy new adventures. You enjoy trying new things. And if you were with someone whom you have a lot of physical passion for, a lot of fire, they could talk you into going on this adventure. And how you wouldn't have to worry about working anymore. Yep. Yeah, how this could bring all kinds of fulfillment and love. So, I guess if you're on the lookout, screen them. Make sure they're not part of a cult before you get too attached. Good luck. Number 2. Let's see what would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult. The promise of finding yourself. The promise of letting go of all the pain and the conflict and the burdens and the responsibilities. You would love to just frolic around and have a merry old time and just have fun all the time. Peter Pan, getting kind of a Peter Pan vibe. So, Spirit says that really, if you want this kind of magic, then go after your dream. What is it you wish for? And if you really start focusing and putting your energy in what it is that makes you feel magical, then your life will be magical. You don't have to have this fantasy life that someone can come in and take advantage of. Because somebody who can see that you have fantastic ideas, but you're extremely unhappy, can come in and make you all kinds of false promises that you'll just go right along with because it sounds amazing. And this is definitely one of those things, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Let's see if we can get other messages. But thus far, it's find a dream. Think about what you actually would want to do, not thinking about what that thing could bring you. Because what that thing can bring you is all that magic, but more than that too. And you won't be taken advantage of. And a lot of times when people have kind of an extreme fantasy world, they have a lot of pain. And here it looks like you may have had the relationship that you thought was your soulmate. And you have not let go of that pain. You're still trying to hold on to whatever kind of magic was there. And it doesn't matter what was there, it's not there anymore. So you're going to have to make your own. And what you need to do is just cry about it or write about it or something to have a physical release of this pain. And then that way you can actually start to think about what you might want to do. Because right now you keep suppressing all this pain with fantastic dreams, and that's just not going to end well for anybody, especially you. Good luck. Number 3. Let's see what would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult. What would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult is something shiny. Whatever it is at the time that they can figure out what it is you want. And then you would get caught up in it, but after a while, you would leave. Which is fascinating. So it's like you never really get fully indoctrinated. You go along for the ride, realize it's not a good ride, and then take off. Yeah, you find something new. That's great. Can we get some other messages, please? Number 3. You'll always kind of do your own thing, which is amazing. So just be wary of people trying to offer you something that you've always wanted, because then it might not be a fun ride. But it looks like, though, when you realize you don't like it, you'll leave. So that's great. Good luck. Number 4. Let's see what would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult. What would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult is the false promise of being a god or a king. They would tell you that you're going to have everything you've ever wanted, house, significant others, the woman of your dreams, whatever kind of taboo fantasies that you want fulfilled, that'll be done. You'll have the whole world and everything you could ever want. If someone came along and kind of did a little song and dance to give you power, you would go right along with them. Wholeheartedly. And without thought. And you would skip along right behind them. So, sounds like that you are unhappy, unfulfilled, feel like that, you don't have any power or any sway or anything, and that's because you keep doing things for other people thinking that they're gonna fulfill this thing for you. And nobody is going to fulfill anything for you except for you. Nobody can make you happy. You're the only one. So can we get some other messages for number 4? So, in general, if you would actually like to just have a better life, instead of just being susceptible to kind of following anybody that's going to promise you power, you can actually have your own power. And then you wouldn't be susceptible to being taken advantage of at all, because you would then have everything you need. So really take a look at all the things that you're mad about. Most of the time, whatever it is that you're mad about, that's your emotions trying to tell you, hey, there's something here. There's a root issue here. So follow that anger into figuring out what it is that is actually causing that. And then once you can bring resolve to that, you will just automatically start coming into your own power. And you'll start feeling better, and then things will just kind of start falling in place. And then you can have all of this song and dance for yourself. So, good luck. Number 5. Let's see what would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult. If someone came along with the same cause as you. If you found a group that had the same ideas and the same kind of causes to fight, then you would join. Especially a group that had like a camaraderie and promised to bring peace to the world. If someone came along and said that they were going to tear down the structures and rebuild something that's going to be bringing peace to everybody, and there's just a big group of guys that are just all bros and having a good time, then you would definitely join forces and follow right on in suit. The advice here is to find your own truth and don't follow somebody else's idea of that truth. You need to find your own methods and your own way of trying to better the world, not somebody else's idea. So good luck. Number 6. Let's see what would make you susceptible to being recruited by a cult. If someone came along and promised you that they would take care of all of your needs and bring you peace and love and happiness and magic and power, and they really took you in and made you feel special, then you wouldn't even realize you're joining a cult. The promise of all your dreams fulfilled. And as long as they made just barely enough steps towards that direction to kind of keep you on the hook. They'd promise you the sun and then kind of give you little tiny bits and pieces, and you'd always just feel off. So that beautiful peace that you promised, or they promised, was never there. And they're just giving you little kind of treats to keep you on the hook. So if that's the kind of situation you're in right now anyway, that's just not a good one. Cult or no cult. So can we get some advice for number 6, please? So the advice is to get over whatever fears you have about not being able to take care of yourself, or thinking that you don't have what it takes to take care of yourself or to provide the life that you dream of. You 100% do. And you need to examine whatever fears are stopping you from doing that. And if you provide this magical life for yourself and you create it yourself, then you will never fall susceptible to anyone or anything that is going to give you a false promise. So, go do your thing that makes you happy. and keep working on that. And before you know it, you will have everything you've ever wanted. Good luck.